Lucci. Baby.
Rob Lucci.
Robalucci.
He's a member of CP9. I don't know if anybody's watched the One Piece.
I tried.
He was a cheetah man.
I got up to where they got Usopp, and I was like, man, this pacing is absolutely dreadful.
You made it about 3 episodes in. Congratulations.
No, I got about 13. The pacing was so bad. Oh my god. Much like this game. Welcome back.
I mean, there's only been 900 episodes since then.
I like One Piece. I just think the anime could have been better at the start. We have Arabic Mario here.
Yes, Mandarin!
What? No. It's Kushari.
Lucy! No.
Lucina? Hello?
Shut up.
Marth? Marth with boobs. Well, not even boobs.
Marth with slightly longer hair.
Flatter than a goddamn washboard.
I served the food to the 2 men after the others went. While they ate, I stepped into the kitchen for a moment. This is my spatula. When I came back, the one-eyed man was dead.
It's a fucking baking spatula, you asshole.
I called the police immediately, and Mr. Togamera arrived quickly. Thank you. Now I have a few questions. First of all, the others. Who do you mean?
The fuck do you think he means, Gavin?
The girl and the big man, of course. The big black man. I forget his name.
You said it last episode.
I know.
Wayne Parker.
The kidnapped child.
Pearl Fay
Oh,
and Wayne
Wayne.
Parker. Of course it was Wayne. Presumably.
I was joking.
Though we can only speculate on the former.
Speculation.
Mr. Kushari didn't have a name to go on. He only knew her briefly by appearance.
I didn't think it was strange, you see.
Just a tiny girl
She
with a
didn't
giant
seem
black man.
any different from any other child who comes into my restaurant. I did not know she was kidnapped. Those awful men. And this fellow, Mr. Parker, couldn't you have just questioned him?
According to him, he was not told the identity of the girl. In any case, the man is rather spineless, to put it bluntly. There's no chance he would say anything to his employers didn't want him to.
Now, Mr. Kushari, you said you stepped out. Why? I was the only one working all day, so all the work was my duty. What?
Ah, poor man. Jesus.
I had spilled a big mess while making the food. I was back for the cleaning. How long did you spend on that? Not long. It was only a few minutes. Your 2 customers were alone during this time? Yes, you're right. How do you know? How do I know? They were the only 2. I'm not a fool, Mr. Attorney Gavin.
Oh, Jesus. Calm yourself, Mr. Kushari. Let me handle this. Allow me to explain. This is how Mr. Kushari is 100% sure they were alone. Diner's entrance.
Yeah, the bell.
Got the bell on it. Oh, God. I take that as weird. Like he was trying to do a Wesker impression.
Like he was in a bathroom when he recorded that.
The door leading into the restaurant is equipped with a small bell. It alerts the owners whenever somebody gives in or out.
Of course! They're very common!
Does that satisfy you, Mr. Gavin?
Partially. You mentioned the mess was large. Did he ever clean it up?
Objection.
Hey, Jimmy.
Objection!
What exactly does that have to do with the murder?
Leave the prosecuting to your boss, young. He's only like 6 years younger than you. I'm sure he knows what the matter is.
Oh no.
You aren't the only one who can investigate a crime scene. That mess was never cleaned up.
Gavin, what is with your body?
That's Phoenix's finger.
It's way too big.
Mr. Gavin, is there something you're trying to insinuate here?
Yes, I'm gonna turn down the volume on my end a little tiny bit.
You mean
Oh my god, it's already on 8.
You can't hear it whenever it's going.
Like it was only on 8. Good lord.
Mr. Kushari went into the kitchen to clean a mess, but it never happened. It never happened? Witness, care to elaborate?
You are doing some stretching, buddy.
Why, I saw the body, of course! I knew a man died! That was more important! You would not clean just a mess then either!
What?
Maybe it's time to bring out the big guns finally.
Oh god, no.
I believe you're lying, Mr. Kushari. What? Why? Lying? Why on earth? That story does not add up. You were in the kitchen, ergo you should not have seen anything.
Mr. Gavin, this is hardly professional. Accusing a man of perjury with no proof? The witness does not deserve that.
Expected I should elaborate more. Well, here you are.
Here we go.
A new suspect! Mr. Kushari claims he fuck. Why did that pop up? He claims he fuck. He fuck a lot. He fuck hard.
You fuck long.
Freaking a window popped up. Mr. Kushari claims he went into the kitchen to clean a mess. I say he's lying. He could not have seen the body while he was in there. So how did he know? I say he knew about it beforehand. As good a reason as any to lie. Why would he lie? Simply, he was involved.
Gavin, you're pulling some Phoenix Wright bullshit. Stop that.
I mean, he's a defense attorney. No, don't you think we're jumping the gun a bit? Witness only just started talking. When I see a contradiction, I point it out. This is the logical conclusion.
When I see a contradiction, I go all in. I shove my dick hard into the don't did it. Objection. Logical smogical. Mr. Kushari's a stand-up guy. Any idiot could see the problem with what he's saying.
Just shut your face.
What do we want to do about this? Counter the accusation and clear him. It's the only thing to do. Mr. Gavin knows I have to protect my witness. He's leading the trial where he wants. I get the feeling he's planned quite a bit. I sense a trap.
Okay. Let's do it! Let's rebuke him!
Rebuke that shit. That does not... he works in a restaurant. What's so unbelievable?
The mess doesn't bother me. I'm sure those happen all the time. It's the conclusion we must draw from it.
And what is that?
An opportunity. An opportunity to know a murder occurred. Or in our case, a lack of one. For you see... He could not have seen the body when he was in there. So how did he know?
Wapu, I suggest you review your court record. Maybe then you'll see where you're wrong.
Wrong? Unless he can look through walls, I don't see how that's possible.
Perhaps he can.
Is our witness the man of steel now? Yahoo! Fill me in, prosecutor. How did he see through the wall?
What sort of airheaded blibber blabber is this? Jimmy, what? The intentionally airheaded kind. He's not an idiot. This argument's a setup. A setup? Well, looks like the judge is buying it. Step carefully, okay? Don't want stuff you say here to bite us later. I don't have a choice. I'll have to continue with the obvious contradiction.
And the obvious contradiction was...
Well, that is obviously here.
Yeah, there's a freaking window.
Yeah. That's a big window.
That big window.
Oh, Jesus. You seem to be making a habit of overlooking things. Not a desirable quality.
So quick to judge. Mm-hmm.
Judging others is part of my job.
No, it's mine, you son of a bitch.
It's literally in his name.
Why the fuck are you here?
I just wanted to poke my head in to see how my
Get
little
out!
brother's doing.
You stole my rocket ship.
It was mine, damn it.
It was
Take
a
a
hand-me-down. It wasn't yours anymore.
If the two judges would shut the fuck up. Take a look at the restaurant's floor plans. The victim and suspect were here. The kitchen is over there.
And a huge wall between them.
I didn't even see Gavin's name. Interrupting me, Gavin? Yes, but another huge thing as well.
You're kidding.
Huge thing as well. I'm gonna fuck this up, aren't I?
Just do the interior window.
I'm gonna fuck this up, aren't I?
That's it.
There is a service window covering a good chunk of that wall.
A window? What are those? I'm not allowed to leave.
I've never seen a window in my life. It is one that's used to deliver food to customers from the kitchen. It's not tall, but it's big enough for the people in the kitchen can look through.
Ah, I've seen those in restaurants before. Of course, Mr. Your Honor. They are very common.
Using this window, it would have been very easy to notice that Luciano was dead. This was the case, was it not, Mr. Kushari?
You are correct, Mr. Prosecutor. I saw him that way.
I saw him that way, not the other way. You see, Gavin's logic has a hole just as big as this window.
Oh my, what a clumsy mistake of me. I'm very sorry.
Oh my.
Oh my. Okay. After an accusation like that, I'll have to penalize you, Mr. Gavin.
Oh no.
Understood. I'll take the hit. Do we get to see his penalty bar?
No.
Even after you mustered, you cannot fuck up to Mr. Wilson.
We're going with it.
I refuse to say puns.
Bah ha ha ha. He seems calm. Too calm. I'm betting he set that up again. Yeah, we just said that, Jimmy. It is possible. He is no idiot.
I think I've seen enough. I know the truth behind this murder. Do you now? I hope you will not still persecute me. I did nothing wrong. Patience, my anger-prone friend. I will explain everything. Well, I suppose there's no subtle way to say this. But here I go. Salim Kushari killed Luciano. Well, I guess he is going to prosecute him.
Hey, you can't do that. The hell, man? Nonsense. Hey, he would have no reason to try for the bounty.
A bounty?
If you'll recall, Detective Togamera stated we've only found the one poster. If that is true, there isn't much chance Mr. Kushari would recognize Luciano.
Ah, yes, that bounty. as opposed to the other bounties I know about. It's true, but aren't you forgetting something? The girl.
The girl?
Forget about the baby. Forget the bounty. I'm speaking of Miss Faye's rescue. Kushari seems to have a strong sense of justice and a hatred for criminals. And he's a quite hot-tempered man as well. I wonder if he thought he recognized the child from the news. He was furious at the two men. He thought something had to be done. To directly confront two powerful mobsters, it would be suicide. But to use a more covert method, poison perhaps?
We searched the whole place and didn't find any poison but the one bottle. Cut the crap, why don't you? He is right. There's nothing pointing to the witness, Mr. Gavin.
Your Honor, the defense would like to present this bottle found at the crime scene.
Okay.
It contained the same poison as before, but it lacks something very important. Mr. Menderes's fingerprints. It's forged evidence, obviously.
Yeah, I was going to say. Since we know Gavin...
Yeah. Order! Oh, wrong voice. Order! Everybody calm down at once! I say order too! Everybody shut the fuck up!
Total global saturation. Mr. Gavin, where did that come from? Where did you find that bottle?
Me? I'm not the one who found it. Detective Togamera did. It was stashed in the cabinet at the diner's kitchen. You can confirm it with him if you wish. Let the court test the vial. I'm sure you'll be quite interested in what you find.
Yeah, I'm sure he found it without any coaxing from you.
You rotten man! I know what you're doing! Me? Rotten? I haven't killed anyone yet. Which is more than some of us here can say. Beyond Menderes, only one person had the opportunity to poison the victim's food. That was you, Mr. Kushari. You killed him.
Hold on a moment! Mr. Gavin, I'd like you to explain your reasoning.
Yes, of course. First, recall that our suspects are rather limited. Prosecutor Williamson just proved any of the three men would have noticed another entering. Nobody else, including the girl and the enforcer, could have poisoned Luciano. However, that leaves two men with the perfect opportunity. My client and the chef. Menderes was with Luciano the whole time. But Kushari, nobody knows because he was alone. He sent home his whole staff miraculously on the day a murder occurred. He also had a very good way of knowing what the two customers were doing with the window. He could easily see them, while it would be harder for them to watch him. Furthermore, Mr. Menderes' motive is sketchy at best. Yet we have a very lovely one for the witness.
Is this why you spend so much time on the motive?
I knew Pearl Faye must be important to the case. It's a shame you overlooked her. Plus, remember...
We can't even charge her captors because there's no proof. Mr. Kushari is the only one who may have seen her, and he couldn't even ID her definitively.
That's the second time definitively he's tripped you up.
Yeah.
The police aren't even sure that the girl was Pearl Faye. Yet Mr. Kushari himself seems rather certain now. Why? He thought he recognized her, and that's why he killed Luciano. He was furious at the men who kidnapped a child and wanted to rid the world of them. Pure, cold-hearted vigilantism. Kushari has the perfect mode. That is literally Phoenix's arm.
Yes, it is.
I am not the killer! But the evidence tell us who is. Once the police have given the results from the test, the truth will be apparent.
Mr. Gavin, are you going to ignore everything against your client?
Hot beat metal, Williamson. I presented a compelling case. I have a solid motive, while you lack one. The two suspects had equal amounts of opportunity, and when the vial is tested, you'll see there is physical evidence as well. The least you can do is wait and see.
Yeah, you condescending little...
This second capsule will be tested for fingerprints. While we are waiting on it, the court will adjourn for a recess.
Splendid. I will see you all later. Mr. Prosecutor Williamson, please do not let him do this!
Do not worry, you are safe with me, Mr. Kushari. Obadiah, prosecutor's lobby, please. My thoughts exactly. Let's get some quiet. All of my careful planning undone so quickly. I have to salvage this case and get it back on course. If I don't... Open and shut, huh? This whole thing just got turned around. We can still fight him. Our case still has more ground. The defense can't argue with the fingerprints on the poison bottle. With the luck he's having, it's only a matter of time. It's not luck. Obi, I've got a really bad feeling about this. Me too, Mr. Jameson. Gavin is rubbing me in all the wrong ways.
Alright.
You said you researched him? What do we know? I just skimmed his records. He sat on the Bar Association for a few years. Most of his votes have gone just how you'd expect. Nothing too strange. You say most. He doesn't like to rock the boat a lot. But there was one time a while back, some attorney who forged evidence. Oh no. Our friend Christoph, he did a thing.
Friend Christoph was the only one to vote in favor of him. We're talking about Phoenix here, obviously.
Doesn't sound weird, but then you hear he's been close friends with the guy ever since. So he had a conflict of interest. He shouldn't have sat at the hearing. That's the bar's fault just as much as his. Wait till you hear this, though. That lawyer was Phoenix Wright. Phoenix Wright. The same. The same Phoenix Wright who Pearl Fay was staying with the night she vanished. And Christoph's all buddy-buddy with the guy. Who reported the kidnapping? It was Wright. Kind of sad. He supposedly had some really great reputation. You know, before the whole illegal evidence thing. Now I remember the name. The nearly unbeatable rookie attorney. He defeated so many of my colleagues, prosecutors who'd never lost a case. That must be how. How many guilty men did he get cleared? Gavin voted in his favor, and they've kept in contact. And now Gavin's trying to get my star witness convicted in Menderes's place. With a piece of evidence that has shown up seemingly out of nowhere. Friends with a man disbarred for forgery. It all makes sense. Obi, if you clench your teeth any harder, they're gonna fall out. Mr. Jameson, when a married person is found dead, who is often the lead suspect? The spouse, of course. Yes, the person with closest access. Look, I know what you're thinking, right? And I agree. But you have to admit, it's a long shot. There's no proof. It's all circumstantial. Yes, the kidnapping isn't our case. Kidnapping a little girl and now trying to blame poor Mr. Kushari on a murder. Why would they do it? The girl must be connected to the murder somehow. Gavin can't admit she's the Fey child, but neither can he deny her presence or all our suspicions. He wants to use that against us to set Menderes free. Do you really think it was him? Do you think Phoenix Wright kidnapped Pearl Fay? All circumstantial. I can never prove it. Phoenix Wright, if you did it, I'll see you burn in a pit of hell for this. Jesus. Hey, we're back. We're back to the present.
So that's why you've held a grudge against me. You thought I was some kind of monster.
I've pig-headedly held on to that thought since that day. I could never prove you've done it, because of course you hadn't. Miss Pearl was responsible for her own disappearance in the end, as we found out. And as it turns out, you never forged anything. Anything I ever was certain about, you turned out to be a lie.
And Jimmy?
Dead. Now, he was committed to finding Miss Faye. Like me, he spent most of these years on the wrong track, assuming that she had actually been kidnapped. But he's a better judge of character than me. From the moment you two spoke, he believed it was never you. I wasn't quite so ready to accept that I may have been wrong.
Jimmy was murdered because he was getting too close to the truth. Something about MN6 must have been worth killing over. You know what it was?
No. Even now, I don't have all the answers. Miss Pearl has been found and the case was closed long ago.
But there must be more.
More.
You ended the trial at a recess. Aren't you going to tell me what happened next?
Eventually. But I am a busy man and so are you. I don't have all day to tell stories. I may not be prosecuting tomorrow, but I still have matters to attend to. Oh, what?
You're not prosecuting?
Edgeworth? I withdrew from the case due to the circumstances. I hope you understand.
Of course I do. I think I'd do the same in your place. Who will be replacing you?
You're in good hands. From what I understand,
Yep.
it's Edgeworth, you two have already met. The chief prosecutor himself had a hand in arranging it.
The chief prosecutor? I guess I shouldn't be surprised.
I'll be watching you from the gallery.
How are we gonna
I'm
do
still-
this?
Yeah, You're Edgeworth,
Okay,
apparently.
time for me to fight me!
Congratulations. I am still deeply invested in the case, regardless of whether or not I'm at the bench. All the answers are about to reveal themselves. Okay. To be continued. Yeah.
To be continued.
I will end this episode.
Well, he did kinda start it.
Hey, we got a Healy.
We got a Healy?
Yeah, we got a
The
Healy.
shoes?
Yeah. We Healy'd all the way here. Trucy was trying to catch up with us, but we were too
Oh
fast.
god, why do you still exist?
Lozu said it perfectly. He looks like fucking Cody from Street Fighter.
A little bit.
Mixed with Hagar. Okay.
10 minutes without so much as a good morning.
Spit it out. Nope. I'll try it again.
Spit it out!
I don't know. That was more scary. Spit it out.
They're gonna focus on Guildenstern today.
Fine. Think you can handle it?
I still don't really know anything about him.
Some lawyer you are.
Apparently I'm all you've got. Did you forget that? If you know anything useful at all, I'd love to hear it.
Don't got a clue who Guildenstern was.
I see. Sorry for asking.
Apology accepted.
Yeah. This'll make it harder to clear you for his death.
That your goal now? Truth boy?
If you're innocent, then yes.
I'm sure.
Are you innocent?
Think what you like.
Seriously? You won't even help me on that?
It doesn't matter if I say I did or didn't do it. I'm the defendant. That's not how court works. You need evidence. From the looks of things, you'd need some to just magically appear to get anywhere.
Well, that's what I do. I'm not forging anything.
Trucy!
That's what my daughter's for.
Who said anything about forgery? Just do what you gotta do. Hey, Trucy. She was like, man.
Don't worry, I haven't forgotten. Give me a reason, Mr. Yossarian. Just give me one reason.